So basically, like I said, taking it back from the 80s, from the 70s and all of that, we've always had maybe just one star here, a star there. As the years go by, you have 2 stars, 3 stars. There's just one or two Africans that get to make it to the very, very top. And for us, the vision basically is to create a platform where Africa is actually the focus now, not just picking one or two characters to go and represent Africa on a global stage. How do we make Africa as well to the stage where the world also come in here and also come and play here too? So we don't want to say, you know what, it's all about a player moving to Europe. It's all about a fighter going to fight in Europe. When do we start building the African platforms as well? And I think that's where we're coming. For me, I believe we already have the stars. I think one of the things that we're missing here is infrastructure. Because I think one of the major things that people travel out of the country to get is the infrastructure, the training facilities, the personnel, the coaches, and coaches getting the best training as well too. Those, I believe, are the things that people want to get at. Obviously, there's marketing. There's also the purchasing power of the people over there as well too. But I think the world has become a global village now where you don't even have to, there's hybrid of everything that we're doing now. And I believe if we tell our story, the African story, because, you know, everywhere in the world, they are who they are and they've set the standard for us. But I think the only way in the world where you have culture is Africa. So infusing sports, culture, and entertainment, I believe is a game changer. And the truth is that my people know that I'm a believer of the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So it means that if we want to be original, if we want to tell our story, then we need to infuse our culture, infuse our entertainment, and infuse sports in everything we're doing. I think that becomes a perfect blend and tell our story the African way, the way I believe it should be said. Incidentally, I came from a sports family. I've always known sports all my life. My dad was a sports administrator for years. He ran Nigerian sports for almost all his life. So I grew up in a sports family. My brother runs the CAF football as well too at the moment. So I believe every family has a calling. Every family has what God brought them to this world to do. And I believe what God brought the Adamu family to do is to transform the sports sector of not just Nigeria but Africa. Incidentally, I always came from a sports background. Even before starting events and all of that, I've always wanted to do sport. It's also what God has prepared me to do as well, to give back, to also make world champions, make superstars. I'm excited about it, to be honest. I'm a very spiritual person.
Wow.
I'm a very spiritual person. I didn't say religious, I say spiritual. And I believe inspiration comes from God. I'm always a shalat. So inspiration can even come from my security. Inspiration can come from everywhere. So God speaks to us in different kind of ways. And I'm always ready and I'm excited because I know that he's way higher than us. He knows what we don't even know. So for me, sometimes when we finish an event, they'll say, oh, guess what? This is what we're going to do. That's how we're going to do. My team know me. I was like, calm down. Let's celebrate this victory. Let's enjoy it. And then the right inspiration will come to us and then we'll deliver that to the world. We're just messengers. I believe in our own little way, the team, we're trying to rewrite the African story. The way it's done, basically here, especially in Africa, you believe that everything is all about taking. People want to take, people want to take, people want to take. And I believe the future of Africa is given. It's bigger than sports. I believe, like I said, sometimes we overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what we can do in 3 years. We've done quite a lot in less than a year in what we've been doing here. But I mean, I'm really, really excited about what we're going to do within 3 years. The lives are going to be changing. The superstars are going to be created. The platforms we're going to be giving our fighters. In order for you to be more or to achieve more, you have to be more as well. I also believe that the personality that created what your life that you have now is what has created. In order for you to have a different kind of life, then you need to change your personality. You also need to change as a person. So I see this as an opportunity for me to keep evolving, to keep growing. To be honest, it seems like we're helping these people, but I believe we're also helping ourselves, because without having a mission, without having a bigger vision, then you will not be bigger. It is the vision and the mission that also ensure that you're also a bigger person, because if you don't become bigger, then it's like you'll be hustling instead of going through flow. And I believe this is all about flow for us. To be honest with you, sometimes when things go too easy, then I don't think we're applying ourselves hard enough. You understand? You open doors. If a door is too easy to open, then it means that anybody can just come and open it. There's no challenge in that. There's no fight in that. The bigger the challenge, the more the reward. So for us, the challenges are welcome. The challenges are mixable. And I've always said to my team, we don't believe in perfection, because I believe perfection is a myth. We believe in momentum. We believe in daily action, because that is where magic happens. You have to keep growing. You have to keep changing your circle. Unless your circle is growing with you. But if your circle ain't growing with you, you have to keep doing that. But everybody has that cognitive way of thinking that I want to be a world champion. How are you feeling it emotionally? What action are you taking every single day? And if you look around you, sometimes you find out that most talent, they keep doing the same thing. I keep asking, the same thing that you've seen the people in the past do, and you're doing the same thing. Have you seen any world champion come out of that same thing that you're doing? I'm going to this coach. Has this coach become or trained anyone to become a world champion before? Nothing happened with that fluke. You need to be intentional, and I feel like training people to be the best version of yourself means that you also have to be an exceptional person as well. Once I'm scared of something, then I feel like, wow, there's something there. So I think fear is actually now my feedback. Once I feel fear, I feel like, yes, there's an opportunity to grow here. Yes, fear is feedback. In terms of talent and raw talent, absolutely. But in terms of the whole process to get into the end result, we're still work in progress. We're not there yet. And I believe that is where Balmoral Group comes in. That is everything we're trying to do here. Because you are here. This is where we want to get to, and we're here. So Balmoral Group's job is to close the gap. Basit came to us about on our first show. I saw him fight, and I was super impressed. But for me, he was the best fighter on the night. And that was my first experience actually seeing Nigerian boxing. And I did ask, who is this boy? And they said, oh, he's 20 years old. 20 years old. And he's fighting. Why is he not in school yet? And they were like, oh, he's a pro boxer now. So I inquired more, and I found out that it actually typifies everything we're trying to look for, what we're trying to do with boxing in Nigeria. Basit lost his dad a while when I was when I was still growing up. He doesn't even know his mom. And for us, this is somebody that can easily become a bad influence to the society, where he has picked sporting as a way of life, making an example of him to become a world champion, which he will be. I know he will be a world champion at some point, because he's a fine fighter. He has he has the right temperament, and we're growing his career bit by bit. They have what we're looking for to try and make an example of what we're trying to do, because I believe we can speak and talk about everything we're trying to do like everybody else will. The only way we can be different from everybody else is to have example and results. And bit by bit, we are going to make us superstars and world champions of this talent that we're working with. We started with Basit at a very early stage. And for me, when I see him in the ring now, it's like a father seeing a son fight. I see that he's getting a lot ring smarter. I feel when he's going through the challenge, I know that yes, it's not easy. People think fighting is just about the strategy in it. So I see him getting ring smart. I see that he doesn't let the crowd get into him. He's focused in terms of what he has to do. He needs to get the job done. Like I said, I don't believe in perfection. I just feel like steady growth means that you can even go back and reflect as well and see what is not working and move. Because I don't believe you should come today and have a fluke and become a world champion tomorrow. You're going to drop down. It's like lottery winners. If you win a lottery and you're not prepared for it, naturally you lose all that money as well. So it's just the same way as well. And for us, building him bit by bit and making an example of him for other fighters as well, to see that yes, when we say we are going to make you a world champion, we mean we are going to make you a world champion. We'll do all we can. the only thing that can mess us up will be, I think it's a win for the whole of Africa. And I think Yusuf is working very hard to bring that cup home. When he was going for the first one, I said, Yusuf, we need to cut off all distraction. So you are going to go and train, not in Nigeria, going to go and train in Ghana. So we moved into Ghana for a month and a half. And for a month and a half, all he was focused on was just training and training and training. When the draw came out, Yusuf was about 20-something in the world. And he fought a Mexican that is rated 46 in the world. And when I called Yusuf and said, Yusuf, our opponent got foul. He said, Momo Inamaje. So he said, it's a small thing, I'm going to eat him. So it's a meal for me, I'm going to eat him. And he actually ate him. Ate him, and that pushed him from number 200 something in the world to number 82 in the world at the moment. He's actually the third or fifth in Africa at the moment. But we're not stopping. He has to be the world beater. Like, we celebrate his success, we celebrate his milestone, but we're not resting on that. We're not resting. Even when he wins the tournament, we will celebrate every success. Like, every win is a win for us. But we're not resting until we make that boy a world champion as well. We get calls all the time from different fighters to say, hey, Balmoral, I want you to sign us, or I want you to sign us. I'll say, you know what, we're still in him. And the reason why we're not flooding into signing a lot of people is because we want you to judge us by our results. Because we are not people that just talk about what we want to do. Judge about our results and see what we make of these two and the ones that we're signing. And then that's when you realize that Africa is coming with a huge force and we're not stopping. I feel like this is today's awards will be the stepping stone to what we'll be doing tomorrow as well too. I mean, we'll smash the ceiling. We have absolutely no doubt that we are going to get to the top. We are going to put Africa on the map. And that was just another feedback that the world is watching, Africa is watching, and Africa is also hungry for that success as well too. So it was just a feedback. Nobody ever remembers the richest man in the grave. They always remember the most impactful person in the world. And when you find out that a Bill Gates left whatever he was doing to set up Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, how just one individual eradicated polio in the whole of Africa, it just shows the power of impact. I believe that's what my own life is about as well. It's about giving back. Like I said earlier, Africa generally, when you think about the billionaires and the people that we see as role models here in Africa, 70% of them is all about taking and taking and taking. When we speak about even leaders as well, so you find that most people, even when you say government, you say, oh, they've gone, it's taking and taking and taking. We hardly give back. And then when you look at economies like American economy and different things, you don't hear about them taking a lot. You hear about how much they give. Wisdom tells me that our life should be about giving. If you want to live an impactful life, if you want to live a life of legacy, then it's how much you've given, it's not how much you've taken. So I think the gift also too that I got from my parents, I think is a gift of hard work. I got a lot from my parents, and that's what has made me who I am today. And I think the gift I can give to my children as well too is to pick what I took from my parents that has taken me here, but also add more to mine so that they can be better people tomorrow. My kids are my kids. They're still young, so whatever I teach them is what they know. So if they see that that is all about giving, naturally, they will be a giver as well. So I grew up from a family of giving. My dad, from my sister, my dad's name is Amos. And when you check Amos in the Bible, it means burden bearer. So I believe if you can make anybody happy, because I don't believe money makes us happy. Money is just another tool. There's so many people that have a lot of money and still not happy. And I think that's the biggest failure in life. How the family feel, the impact it has on the family, it all gives us that happiness and that gives us joy as well. If there's something that gives me happiness, there's something that gives me joy, is how those people feel. I remember, when they went for the Ring of Hope give back, immediately I called her. What I asked her was that, how did the family feel? And for me, that's what it's all about. How do the family feel? How do they make the family feel? And we are giving back, and we do not want to take the glory. We want that glory to go back to the fighters. We want the fighters to be the one to support. So we're giving back. We're not giving back from Balmoral. We're giving back from the fighters. We're giving back from the talent, because we also want that support from the grassroots as well too. So we're not doing this because we want to be popular or want to show off that we're doing, because the giving is actually on behalf of the fighters, but it is the impact that the community will support. Just imagine if you're in a community and a fighter fights, and they come in and say, well, guess what? We're paying 20 children, we're giving 20 children scholarship from 20 families. That's 20 families. And sometimes it's never one family. If you work to 20 family and give it 20 family, you're probably giving maybe 100 family, because that family grows as well too. And if you have that, imagine what will happen the next time if the fighter is going to fight. It means that fighter wins again, is coming back to take another 100 people out of the community, which I'm looking forward to a time where we'll be having a show for the families that we've impacted, and we'll fill up a whole stadium and arena in terms of how much we've impacted on people. We're looking at how much we'll build not just Nigeria, but Africa in terms of giving, because I believe it's not just about us. We're just starting something. Eventually, it will be a norm for everybody now to give back. We're trying to also to build the athletes to also understand as well too, a lot of them will have the opportunity to travel, like to go and live in the Western world. That's not our vision. Actually, like I said, is to create that platform here as well, so that, it's now a decision if they want to go or come back now. But we want to build a community of scars that is not just about them. It's not just about buying cars, not about buying homes. It's about actually how much you give to your people. Imagine if every talent has a percentage of give back to people. Imagine what that will do to the communities. It means that also to those ones as well too would pick up as well too, and we have that culture. Nigeria and Africa will not be the same again. So in our own little way, we are changing the story of Africa, and we'll look back at some point and realize that Africa has built Africa. Trust me, there's a lot of coaching that goes behind that you don't see. For example, I remember when we were doing the Chaos on the Ring show, and a lot of the fighters were, just before their fights, were going to take selfies, taking pictures around, and just got caught up in the moment. And I asked them, okay, where's Basit? I say, he's in the change room. I went there, and he had a speaker at his ears, and I said, what are you doing? So I'm meditating. You tell me, is that not the attitude of a world champions? So that's our own way of changing lives. That's our own way of impacting them. I believe that success is 80% psychology and 20% mechanics. So once you get the psychology right, the training part that I said, that they only can measure up, or to give that 20% of the training. Get ready, we're having stars. We will change Africa bit by bit, because, like I said, changing one life means that you're changing about 100 lives. It means that when you have the right mentality, Shadrach, as well, your family is going to benefit from it. Your workers are going to do that as well too. And bit by bit, we'll start changing the way Africans think. We'll start changing the way people think. That's why I believe in result-based. A lot of people talk, a lot of people say this, but eventually, when they start seeing results, then they have to emulate. Naturally, everyone copies what works. The fighters come and see that they've done a lot of promotion, and this is a different kind of promotion, and they look at the attitude of the people they are working with. Everybody wants to copy. We're all copying one way or the other. All of us always copy another. So, and naturally, people always copy what wins and what works. So that's, I believe, it's a natural thing. Every brand has their own brand value and what they believe in. We're not trying to appeal to everyone. We're trying to appeal to people that believe in what we believe in. So if the video goes out and it gets to just one person that believes in what we believe in, then this is a success. When the video goes viral and we still do not get the people that believe in what we believe in, then this is a failure. So it just depends on how you define success. But I think we've laid it out there. This is what we believe in. This is our vision. This is what we're trying to do. And I believe that there's actually a lot of brands that also believe in what we believe in. And so let's collaborate and make Africa be happy, because I think collaboration is the biggest leverage we can get. If we collaborate, like they say, one we chase a thousand, or two we chase 10,000. So I believe collaboration as well too just means that there's always a ripple effect. No, success is easy, but it's also not easy, because a lot of people know what to do, but they will not do it. You don't knock on the door once and also open it. It means that there's hard work that goes into it. To that young boy, I would say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing up every single day. And reach out to us and keep believing. Because I believe there's so much that is going on in the visible world that the visible world cannot even see. So keep believing, keep doing what you're doing. And reach out to us, send us what you have. And I believe that at some point, we'll see that it won't happen overnight. There's never an overnight success. It takes years and years and years and years to build anything that is worthwhile. So understand that. And I know we're living in an instant world now where the world of social media, things happen just like that. People want things to happen like that. But I don't think anything worthwhile can happen overnight. So just keep the tenacity, keep working hard. And I believe that if you don't give up, then if you don't see failure as failing and just failure as feedback, then I'm sure our paths will cross at some point.